EDG have made Valorant history by 13-0ing two teams on Haven in back-to-back matches. These world champions brought the boom on two of China's finest teams only one day after the other. But what makes EDG so good on this map? How could these guys win 26 straight rounds so convincingly? Was it luck? Did they out-aim them? Could it be insane strats? And who the hell is Edward? Well, join me for the first chapter of this three-part breakdown as I dissect the most dominant Haven team that the world has ever seen.
Now, before we start, we need to address the two elephants in the room. One, why on earth did XLG let this map go through in the map bans? And two, why did DRG pick it the day after EDG 13-0'd them? Had they used blitz.gg, they would know that EDG dominate on this map. The Blitz desktop app is free and tells you everything you need to know about your matches. Like if you're paired up with throwing no-commers, you'll be alerted as soon as agent select and save precious RR. Blitz will also point out your teammates' strengths and what your enemy's weaknesses are. Like if they're really good at a map, DRG, then you play to these to win more. The app also tracks your best agents, maps, and weapons, showing you what you need to work on. They also feature a real-time in-game dynamic stats overlay that tells you if you need to adjust your playstyle mid-game. Then once the match is over, there's post-game insights analyzing every area of your performance. Blitz also supports League, Marvel Rivals, Apex, Fortnite, CS2, Power World, Destiny 2, Escape from Tarkov, and a bunch more. Guys, the Blitz desktop app is free, helps you improve, and fuels these high-quality breakdowns. So if you've ever wanted to support me, this is your chance. Download the Blitz desktop app for PC by clicking the link down in the description.
XLG begins their death sentence in a 3-1-1 where they have a plan in store for each lane. On A, Breach and Sova are ripping a shotgun fault line to get Coconut posted, allow these four to hold on to B and C, where Breach is going to stall the plant with an aftershock and flood in, and these three are formed in a triangle trap. Cypher's cam takes contact, Omen flashes, Neon runs down the unlucky attacker. But by playing near spawn, Cypher's in position to hold C with his two garage teammates. So from the get-go, XLG have solid plans across the board, while EDG are playing back, clumped, and are ready to react to whatever the defense throw at them. The round starts with both teams exchanging their own piece of the map. These two stun and shock lobby. Smoggy and Chichoo take mid by slapping a cam on this wall and swinging window clearing top site. EDG have created question marks in mid, likely to plant or drag over rotates, so the offense turn their attention to A. They swing through Omen smoke together, pushing Coconut off the line, and the attackers advance forward. Halfway up long, Sova shocks to break a trip. Once, twice. And with the defense playing so passive, could Cypher be here? Smoggy smokes, nobody recons, there's a flash allowing Kong Kong to pinch short with Chichoo. Where the hell is everyone? The only resistance EDG have received this round was this jiggle peek from Coconut. But if the defense have been this quiet and weren't on site, that means one thing. XLG have a lot of utility. So EDG make the call to push up near spawn with Kong Kong's dash still active. They want to contest the defense in this choke point before they can find value in all their abilities. So Smoggy smokes deeper than I've ever seen, but XLG have a new win condition. This flank. Because this garage trap didn't work, Happy and Rarga have pushed through and snapped Chichoo's trip. He turns back to investigate. EDG's flank is compromised. The attackers are about to get pinched. Simon says lose the round. Okay, that sounded way cooler in my head. And now when Chichoo died, EDG lost both short and long. But the offense didn't panic. They just waited for Smoggy's deep spawn smoke to fade, and Simon flashed the defenders through hell. Kong Kong and Smoggy relieved this flank pressure by pushing spawn, and it came in at the perfect time. Happy flashed from short, allowing Coconut to take down nobody, and no, not like you guys, but XLG's Breach aftershock hell and was ready to dump flashes for Sova to fly out of heaven safely. On the anti-eco, XLG decided to gamble stack A, but Neon got slotted into this cubby, and Cypher's cam was posted on long to call over early rotates and bait for Neon. Now, I don't think EDG were ready, despite playing passive for the first 45 seconds. EDG took C, and XLG didn't want to feed the offense any free ult points, so they all died to the spike. Now, it's XLG's first full buy. This is a must-win, otherwise they'll have to save again, allowing EDG to get an early 0-4 lead. But that's easier said than done, as both teams want lobby control. EDG's 4 versus XLG's 2.5. With this piece of the map, the defense can leave someone posted to watch 2 lanes at once, while the rest stack the rest of the map. The offense can do the opposite and threaten that they can attack through short or long, forcing the defense to keep 2 or more here, making the rest of the map weaker. So this is an important battle. The barrier drops and both teams immediately trade fault lines, recons, but the offense get the last laugh by capping off their long control with a smoke. But EDG don't feel like they've created enough pressure to drag over rotates, so nobody hops into his Aldrone and tags Rarga. This strong-armed default has pushed the defense back onto site, and rotates have shifted over. Smoggy and Chichoo now have the green light to move up mid behind their spy cam and almost catch Breach leaving. Smokes go out, shots exchanged, but EDG haven't broken this trick.
看一下穿到了，两边是互相都有穿到一点。
还是摸了进来啊，没有问题，把 AB 连给封住的情况下直接进啊。高亮是一个后置位的一个站位，
这个就是0.5秒触发后最大的一个服务。
Dude, observers! We already don't have a replay system. Okay, everyone, avert your eyes. Spoiler alert, we're skipping to the round replay. And, wow. Okay, I think that Yu was trying to spam Smoggy when he touched the trip, but then he just got spammed back. That's kind of unlucky. And these are just random pot shots. Maybe he was using his minimap and the aftershock as cover? Who knows? These kills have turned this round into a 3 versus 5. But with the better guns, XOG aren't out of this yet.
位置，
闪亮弹球，两次的摆跳，躲开对方，但是还有阵，主动拉出，哎呦，两人线路相当不错，但是注意 ，Coconut 的补枪来得很快，连收2个，海皮维两侧发力都有机会，手里还有黑到了后点，正面的话被逼了出来，你看，连收2侧。
EDG did great to stay proactive against the stronger rifles. If they chilled, there was a solid chance they just get picked apart. But Kong was a hero this round. Back in mid, he recognized that no one was flanking and that his team and their crappy guns were being pinched. So by scaling through B the way he did, the lone Phantom was able to isolate the 2 remaining XOG players from each other and steal their first full buy.
还有黑到了后点，正面的话被逼了出来，你看，连收2侧。
Every single member of XLG bought sheriffs and light armor on the following eco. Oh, Kong, dinner's ready! I'm telling you, this gun is broken. People just haven't realized it yet. But China has. You see this region attack op or outlaw all the time, and Kong is the best in the business. He swung out a mid window and walked all the way down mid and punished Breach for giving him the cold shoulder. Now, when the defense knows you have one of these snipers online, it becomes extremely risky to peek for info. This forces defenders to just hold their ground or take safer, but more time-consuming routes to rotate. But with XLG's Neon pushed all the way down C again, they smoked B, Coconut hit a nice shot on Smoggy, and eventually the defense stacked A since they didn't spot anything on these 2/3 of the map. And this was right where EDG were headed.
最尽力重防的一侧了。第二个半线有说法吗？飞过去，康是已经先来到了小道的位置。
先把下水道的点里的位置先清光啊。
烟药马上要散去了，防守方3个人3把正义点掉1个Coconut，但是在康这个位置转过来再打掉1个，哇，有闪有枪在架，Coconut也已经是做到最极限自己能做的事儿了。
最后是 Rarga， 有没有可能创造这个残局的奇迹？但他手里现在只有一把正义，没有减伤的空间。有一个滑铲，主动拉出，小手机会，但是差了一点点，棋差1招。哇
Now going into the next match-altering full buy, XOG take a timeout to make sure that they're ready. Let's buy an op! Coming out of the timeout, both teams have super advanced game plans. They bought operators. But with Neon's Overdrive and Sova's Hunter's Fury, EDG are expecting an aggressive play from the defense. If lined up right, Sova's ult and Breach's fault line can lose you rounds if you're not careful. So coming out of the timeout, that's what EDG think that their opposition are planning around. Smoggy's up in these boxes, Kong's posted on Garage, and Simon is in spawn ready to hit Neon with his fault line. But XLG aren't going anywhere. Similarly to Pistol, their objective is to get Neon posted on this line and lobby so the rest of her team can stack the rest of the map. Against Breach's Rolling Thunder, you cannot sit on site or you will get toasted. Taking an aggressive fight like this is the right play. To do so, Coconut trades recons with nobody, breaks his, and Neon slotted in. But both teams are treading super carefully. You and Simon haven't used their fault line, wanting to combo them with their Sova's ult. Now EDG haven't spotted anything.
After about 13 seconds, they're convinced that the defense aren't doing anything crazy and group up A. The offense understand that someone is holding A somewhere, and with this smoke, nobody drones close for maximum duration. But will it spot the op? Being tagged by this thing is a death
担
sentence.
心这种烟自己不敢进 A 厅，对方应该是顶出来的，所以得先把飞机交了。你看，
球无人机能看到吗？
没看到。但是呢，这样一个烟的调整，让对方的信息获取有问题了。命中在家。
Concon recognized that the only part of A that the drone didn't clear was behind bricks. And now the defense are screwed! With no one holding A, XOG now have to spread thin. EDG just wait and dodge Coconut's drone, and Concon gets back on the line. But the defense know that they have to make a play, or mathematically, they're going to get traded out. So Happy gives his teammates a smoke to play around.
掉了减员就很难。哎，
贴到脸上。 Coconut 手里满技能，但是他没有放技能的 timing。
看 timing， 看
找
timing。
人，
哎呦，球球顶过来了，球球可能要被卡住了。
并肩
Concon knows there's bogeys in short.
翻身90度，没问题。
成功的站住了巨刃啊！
哎，标悬空，面前是一把狙，然后呢，两人有拉的机会。
川板还是成功的命中了 YOU 啊！
EDG's plan was to have Cypher take his time down short and wait for Jet to updraft and dash over these boxes to pinch the defense with him. But because Cypher fell, nobody took his spot after ripping his recon for backside and backstabbed Coconut after Concon hit this insane flick. The site belongs to EDG. And how are these two going to retake? Especially against an op.
想要回防有点困难了，被 Simon 在另一个角。 刚刚严谨性或者说在激进程度上面的区别。
And Omen goes to save. With that save Vandal, the defense are buying whatever they can, but have a plan. Armed with Neon's overdrive, Breach is primed to stun anyone off Omen's contact, and Neon is charging down mid and is fingering the offense. Cypher is also prepared to swing out of Garage, while on A and C, the defense play for info and retake. But EDG are still expecting Sova's laser. In back-to-back rounds, the offense are petrified of starting in this area. Breach is in spawn, Omen's posted on Garage, and these two are watching C. But XLG aren't going anywhere until Happy makes contact. The round opens up with a trade of smokes in lobby, threatening that an attacker can cross and denying Coco's recon. The offense cam long and scan mid, neither tagging anything, and neither team is moving. After a while, the offense do more investigating by moving all the way down long and prep themselves a flash to peek into Happy, the trigger for this overdrive.
后续有没有穿板？哦，这个位置差了一点点。
Raga 开始了，但只有10秒，剩5秒，找到了，点上有人能夹住吗 ？Nobody。
I think we put a little too much faith into this fault line. Had Raga flung his relay bolt, burn his bonus slide, or even you stun from closer and run down to flash for his duelist, XLG probably win the round. Their plan wasn't that bad. But this sudden burst of aggression has sparked a reaction from EDG to push into C. The trip is snipped. But XOG are one step ahead. Because it's taken the offense 3 years to group up, Happy and you are already backside.
康康已经倒地，黑灯捏在了手里，左边3个手龙掩护的情况下，球球能够收尾吗？侧身，有 nobody 的掩护。
哇，有点可惜，第一时间没有能够成功的把 EDG 近点的这个人给打掉。
It's not like XOG have bad plans or reads. They were one early swing and botched Omen Smoke away from winning this half-buy. It's been 2 rounds, and XOG have been EDGing EDG with this Hunter's Fury. God, that was horrible. Combine it with a well-placed fault line, and it is a guaranteed double kill. That's so much area. This is the sole reason why on rounds 5 and 6, EDG have been playing so passive. They're expecting it. Now, look at the map. This laser is about to get fired. But EDG are still treading carefully in this rectangle.
和 EDG 手里惊雷卷地、狂烈之怒也全部都还在。
这个箭的话是射这个 VIP 后点的，
很经典的一个箭啊！
而且的话，同时想跟一个阵来让。
That's it? Well, for starters, why not move up to the wall from maximum distance while your recon is traveling? And when you're going for a play like this, you and Breach need to be on the same page. Make a rule, like, if my dart tags 2, focus on the left guy, right guy, somebody, nobody. This ult just blue-balled the entire audience for like 3 rounds. Now, while Coconut was playing with his overpowered flashlight, the attackers have slowly moved up mid behind Kongkong's op. Viva's cage allows him to move up and post on a link. It falls, and Kongkong waits for someone to peek. But with Cypher's newly placed cam on this wall, that probably isn't going to happen until it breaks. Instead, nobody drones the garage behind Smoggy Smoke and snaps Cypher's wire. You can no longer safely play back sight. God, his name is so confusing. Cypher can't keep swapping from his cam to watching Garage. He's gonna get timinged, but he spots Chichoo. Yu pulls out his aftershock, but EDG strike.
敌人已经都在面前了，他现在的判断地方到底在哪儿？
跳进来了，应该听到声音了。边线上面有对决，Happy 成功的补到了枪，但是这把明狙又顶到了脸上。YU 在屏风的位置被狙给狙掉了。
关键点里掉了以后 ，B C 连其实被顶通，看一下 VIP 位 ，Nobody 这次能不能架住 Raga 这次能不能站出来？哦呦！
The offense used the attention Sova, Omen, and Cypher dragged into Garage to take B. The Smoggy smoked and blinded A Link. The rest of the team held C Link. Simon went for the plant, and it was hard for Yu to fight both sides from shield. Then because Raga snapped this trip, that made this kill easy for nobody. This leaves XLG in a 2 versus 4, plus a bunch of ults. But at this point, playing for exits doesn't really matter as EDG can buy for the rest of eternity. And saving? Sure. But the defense needs a hero play regardless. So Happy steps up to the plate.
枪动作了，但
看，哎，错过，哇，错过
And takes down Kongkong's op. He teleports backside, clears out A Link with Coconut, smokes the spike, but didn't expect Smoggy's Garage rewrap. Okay, yeah, now Coconut goes to save. On XLG's eco, Coconut made the right play to toss his Vandal to his duelist so that they can make a play. In their 3-2, their plan was to send Neon flying.
把他们给呼唤回来了，但这一次没有能够成功做到。
来了，镇住反抢 C 点，把 Raga 送出来。反身阵是为了防止真的做到前压的。
自己闪电弹球
上，
是没有了，打闪出来要找。
It was another good idea, but Kongkong hit an even better shot. The round started, and these two combined their stuns alongside Sova's recon and Omen's one way to trap anyone in this area. Chichoo retreated and ducked into this cubby while Simon ripped his fault line for Kongkong to swing through the one way. Cypher caged to get himself out, but Raga was just waiting on his breach to flash so he could peek even deeper. So there went XLG's win condition, and the pistols ended up getting farmed.
因为没有人来补枪，
贴到脸上被发现了，
YU 也倒不要脚，要脚面前有人，能不能架住？
贴到脸上，这明狙也是很难再去失误了。Smokey 在接掉 Viva 之后，这个回合只剩 Happy 为最后一个人的位置也已经被确认了，想要往脸上去接，
还能有机会吗？
Before the next full buy, XLG are forced to take their second timeout. Alright guys, I need you to... What are you guys talking about? Fresh out of the timeout, EDG won a Slam C with 3 ults that combo real well together. When Omen enters his From the Shadows, he acts as a trigger for either Breach's Rolling Thunder, Sova's Hunter's Fury, or both. And the defense have the read that this hit's coming, because at the last second, Cypher places a kill trip and starts getting off site. EDG's cam clears first, Omen starts smoking, and he teleports to top site. Nothing's here. So Breach stuns the spawn flood. C belongs to the offense, and all it cost them was a mediocre ult. Smoggy rips off the dart, Kongkong is up high on green box, but no one's touched Viva's kill trip yet. As a matter of fact, Chichoo's laid one of his own right next to the defenses. XLG are gonna run into their own trip and never expect it. Now, as they group up, both teams' next steps become clear. Raga has elected to flank through lobby and backstab the offense when his teammates initiate the retake and the focus is on them. And now EDG want Omen to play backside with his Paranoia primed to cancel out any utility the defense will retake with. Jet and Cypher have a crossfire in this part of site and don't have to watch their back until the strip is broken. Breach is supporting from long with his arsenal of abilities left, while nobody watches flank with his Hunter's Fury prepared to stall a defuse. So, which team has the better plan? Coconut kicks the post plan off by activating his Owl Drone, which helps his teammates aim their abilities.
Nobody 马上要有个单挑，再有个半线能够帮 Nobody 去做预警 ，YU 用炮把 Smokey 给炸掉了，但是绕后的位置 Nobody 把 Raga 给接住了，撤回的位置，球球能够再打一个 ，Viva 有补枪，球球转起来，前红都能够接得住，再回头。
Listen, I love the idea of flanking while your teammates make noise for you, but why Neon when she has her entire kit? Just take the extra time to swap her with Cypher so you have someone to get through this choke and follow up off the Paranoia. Chichoo got blinded, but was able to shake it off and isolate 4 different duels because of this shit retake. After those delicious shots, EDG's smell of confidence and XLG of desperation. The latter have forced up this round and want to contest lobby in their 1-1-3, while Kongkong is armed with his Blade Storm, a Judge, and his team's running it down A. The round starts with Coconut eating a flash, but the offense in turn take a fault line and recon. The attackers slow down at first and are shielded from Neon thanks to Chichoo's cage. But shortly after, they keep moving up long. Nobody and Chichoo hang back to cam and drone short, Simon ready to drone off their contact, and they're about to spot Neon.
抓嘎，摄像头没看到，哎，他没看到左，
哎，但是有，是的，要被抓到了，贴到脸上了，
又高亮，反身火箭去混过去，康康3滴血，隔夜而亡。
For the first time in a long time, XLG are up this round. EDG's plan was to have Kong wrap short like we've seen before with his Judge and Bladestorm. But Coconut managed to dodge both a Paranoia, Rolling Thunder, and bag 2 nice kills. Are the offense getting too cocky? Their spacing was horrible.
Coconut 连收2个，顶着闪的情况下，顶着震的情况下，
Wait, why aren't we keeping our gun out?
有所收获。小份还是被 Nobody 给架了住，但是 Coconut 并没有。
Why are we pulling out abilities? Sure, EDG might have had such bad spacing that it took XLG off guard, but when you're waiting for reinforcements, you need to have your weapons at your hip and ready to fire. This flash wouldn't have done much. Breaches suck. Then Happy tries to make a play, but peeking heaven like this is horrible. He doesn't have angle advantage here. I talk about this in my Valorant fundamentals course. Here, man, just fucking take it. This leaves Viva in a rough 1 versus 2.
曲膝维娃已经是名牌了，接口离他太远了，他放不出来属于自己的神经曲膝。
很想申请对枪啊，在这个位置 Nobody。
At this point, XLG just need a round. In the following half-buy, they tried contesting Lobby S3 with just a recon, but got pushed back by EDG's own fault line and sewer dart. You got tagged, but then just runs away? Where are you going? Coconut's recon got broken. You don't have info. Someone, meaning Omen, could be down here. Breach, now is not the time to do some cardio.
会畅通无阻的先摸到这儿了，
哎，点里摸空了，
他可以去反绕这个 A 通，
高亮来了，
位置被照到了，但 Raga 在前点能够。
After trading the guy out on long, A was theirs. But then with these 3 guns versus those 4, you wants to invest his Rolling Thunder as soon as his Omen gets here. Just why?
还是有惊雷卷地的，有没有操作的角度呢？惊雷卷地已经开启，而且同时推出了黑，还有狂烈之怒能不能够掩护住？这个时候 XLG 能不能架死？跳起来顶着这反身一枪。
That ult was pure desperation. But now it's the last round of the half, and XLG are tired of being bullied. They have all their rifles pointed at the mid window, right where EDG are about to come out. This round is theirs for the taking.
出问题了，
一路畅通无阻，中路申请对枪。
You know what? Maybe XLG just needed a new half. Yeah, that's it. To start the second half, XLG planned on pressuring A hard, blast Neon down short, and while she goes crazy, the rest of the offense gun it up garage. But armed with the Sheriff, Kong and crew are contesting Lobby in a 1-1-3. The success and dignity of XLG relies on Neon's shoulders.
却似乎有一些战意无法逃。
If XLG wanted to get their Neon in the short, Breach's fault line needs to be wider to cover the swing. By starting the way he did, Kong was able to walk out and follow Neon as he jumped around into short. They were nice shots, but this fake can still work. Coconut steps up and releases his owl drone, tagging Kong. He dashes, and Happy smokes heaven. To EDG, this looks like a full-on A execute, and the rotates are biting, especially because this early spy cam didn't spot anyone down long. But EDG pause and start expecting a B hit. Yeah, Kong had to dash away because he got tagged, but nobody doesn't see anything. So the defense rotates a B instead and off A with their Sova posted on the line, and they're just in time for this garage hit.
第一时间碰击了空半线，是为了拉出来以后第二时间来，再不成功过。
听到声音了，
We have a timing in B, but we don't clear our corners. Using the noise your teammates made to find a timing is great. Sova probably heard these 2 running and just forgot to look left. It happens. But down 2 players? Someone on XLG has to go big.
现在回防，现在是人全在，主动想顶3侧，能不能顶住？面前上康康，有顶脸甩墙，22滴血
2颗子弹他也不换了，只剩下
YU，还有操作机会吗？一发子弹随着4。
Spoiler, they all just lose. Now you tell me, was this 13-0 as embarrassing as the time Paper Rex 13-0 to Talon Esports? Now that match was embarrassing.